Well, would you look at that? Doors seems to be considering adding item skins to the game. And, it was before Pressure announced their item skin crap. Yeah, I know one of you is going to be like, dude, Doors copied Pressure. But no, that is wrong. Anyways, back on topic, seeing how Doors is at least considering adding item skins, and how I'm out of video ideas, I've decided to create some potential item skins for the game, as well as take some already made assets and suggest that they become additional item skins. So, in this video, I'll be showing you all what I've created, as well as the other things which I think could make good item skins in Doors. I've been saying item skins a lot in this video. So, with all of that being said, let's begin. Now, before we start, here are the ground rules. These are all item skins, meaning they aren't individual items. They will all function the exact same as the item they are based on, but it is merely their appearance that is different. Speaking of appearance, most of the item skins showcased in this video are simple retextures of items already in-game, but others do have tweaked models. Some even have completely different models than the item they are based on, but you are still able to tell that they are an item skin rather than an individual item. Additionally, if this wasn't obvious enough, this video just serves as a showcase of what potential item skins could look like. Nothing like what is shown in this video would ever be added to the game specifically, but maybe similar stuff to them could be if item skins do ever get added. So with all of that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so first up, I've created an item skin for the Crucifix, arguably the most iconic item in the whole game. Now, an obscure fact you probably didn't know about the Crucifix is that its earlier model was actually able to crack and split into several different pieces, revealing a glowing core inside. And this removed feature actually inspired the skin I created, which is what I like to call the Moonlight Crucifix. It not only has those cracks featuring the glowing core, but it also has guiding light symbol in the center, as well as a blue-purple gradient color scheme to further match with the guiding light theme. The Moonlight Crucifix obviously is meant to parody the other two Moonlight items in the game, those being the Moonlight Candle and the Moonlight Float. I just thought, since the Crucifix is already heavily intertwined with guiding light, it would look cool if it was actually themed around the character. Next up, we have a skin for the recently added smoothie item, and this is what I like to call the Seek Slurry. Instead of the traditional wooden cup, the cup utilized in this item is made of metal, referencing the more gray and modern design of the very first Seek prototypes for the game. Additionally, the ropes on the cup were changed to be a dim red color, referencing how Seek is often associated with the color red. Lastly, and most notably, the actual contents of the smoothie were changed to be Seek's black goop, riddled with a whole bunch of eyes. I just thought having a Seek-themed item in-game would be very cool, and given how Seek is somewhat like a liquid and the smoothie contains a liquid, I decided to combine the two, and I think it turned out pretty well. Moving on, we have an item skin for the clock. Now, most of you know that this object is useful for distracting Figure, but what you may not have known is that it can actually be used to reliably predict when Dread will spawn, more reliably than the normal clock seen in the game. It is because of this relation to Dread, as well as how Dread is just a time-based entity overall, that I decided to make the clock skin be themed around the entity. This is what I like to call the Dreaded Hour, and as you can probably tell, it is very heavily inspired by Dread's design. Not only is the interior of the item made up of Dread's holes, but its entire color scheme is as well. In addition to just color changes though, I also made the Dreaded Hour have a subtle blue to white gradient, as well as more wooden texture, which contrasts to the normal clock's metal texture. There are also a bunch of semi-transparent holes littered across this frame of the clock, which further connects it to Dread's style. I really like how this one turned out, but yeah, that is essentially the whole item skin. Next up, we have an item skin for the candle. Now, this skin and the next one are unique, as I didn't really make them. You see, these are actually assets already from the game, which I think could be repurposed into skins for certain items. First, we have the Candelabra, a skin obviously made for the candle item. This is actually a decoration used in the Halloween lobby, and I just think it looks really cool, especially given how it's 3 candles in one. Now, something else I'll say about the Candelabra is that it may alter the candle's original model too much to ever be considered an actual item skin, so I guess that is one drawback. However, overall, I could see this decoration being added as a candle skin in the future. Lastly, though, the final item skin I'm going to talk about is for the lockpick, and this is what I'm simply calling tools. The tool skin simply consists of just a wrench and a screwdriver, and would replace the two objects seen in the normal lockpick model. Just like with the candelabra though, the model may be too distant from the original lockpick to ever be considered a proper item skin. However, given that both the wrench and the screwdriver retain a similar shape to the original assets from the normal lockpick, I could see this one working out. Anyways, those were all of the item skin concepts I created for doors. If a feature ever like this does get considered and added to the game, I can't wait to see what exciting customizations we can give to items in the future. So with all of that being said, let me know in the comments what you think of these item skins, and thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.